welcome to the RPG Blender, where we give lesser played games or forgotten settings the roll the dice they deserve. I'm your host, Game Master George, thrilled to welcome you to the next chapter in our adventure. Our heroes have convinced the council of their plan, but will Lore of Autumn be so quick to agree? Find out as we explore a new land of power and ancient secrets in Exalted, Lorebound. Welcome to the RPG Blender. I'm your host, Game Master George, and we are, well, not really having any kind of gap for you. For us, it has been nearly 6 months since we have actually gotten to play Exalted. So congratulations, we are now in the crunch time where we are recording week to week. So you're actually hearing this almost live. It's great. It's stressful, but we're going to build up that backlog again soon. So joining us today is a slightly smaller group than usual. Unfortunately, we will be down Greg. He will not be joining us tonight. But we do have Craig. Say hello, Craig.
Howdy, gang. This is Craig playing Dirham Barath. And a fun fact about Dirham is that...
It's all the fear in your eyes. Remembering the fun fact.
Is that in a young age, when he was sent off to train, there was a natural catastrophe and his dormitory was flooded.
Oh, God, I feel bad laughing at that.
As you should. As you should.
He did it. He put it out there.
He did.
That's not on us.
Can't hide from it.
Oh, yes. In case you did not know, this is recorded shortly after the, hurricane in New Jersey. So good times being had by everybody here.
Yeah. We've had some times.
Moving on from that, I'm not going to press him any further for once.
Perfect. Real life experience is the kryptonite. Noted.
All right. So
we also have Rich. Say hello, Rich.
Hello, everyone. I am Rich. I play Smiling Mountain, not known as Rakim because Adler Malik is not here. So
now we'll use our real name.
It's just Smiling Mountain now. And a fun fact about Rakim. Dang, normally I have two people to go ahead of.
I know.
So it's got.
I had a
so
fun one ready.
I just have all that runway just to think of stuff. The one time that Rakim had met his the person he was meant to be betrothed to, which again was an arranged marriage. For those of you who are keeping track of the fun facts. They actually did get along and everything like that, but something about it just didn't sit right with Smiling Mountain. There's just something about the house that just doesn't feel correct.
Which house is that?
Whatever one Edgar Malik's from. I think we were joking that it was going to be.
I don't know, George. Which house was it?
It's the money house that does slave stuff.
Sinis.
Yes. Yes. Adler Malik's house.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
House Malik. Something about the way that they
the way that they captured people, sold them to other people.
It's not just that, because again,
slavery.
Smiling Mountain's father had to explain, if you treat people well when they're under you, then there's no difference between slaves and servitudes, which is how Mountain's justice and protecting the weak was kind of superseded at a young age by being it's okay as long as. But the Cineas doesn't seem like a good time. Doesn't seem like anyone's this is okay.
Nice.
Yep. Mountain's just like the picture of the one who thought he was going to be the good ruler. Yeah.
Sees in his lens.
The thing is exactly Mountain is a big, awful creature. And if again, keep in mind the previous story of Mountain beating up a slave owner, and it's that being no, this is okay. So at 13, beating a grown man, being no, and all the lessons you then have to stack to make those things okay.
Yeah. That's my good buddy. That's my good buddy.
So previously, our heroes met with a lunar out in the woods, agreed that they were going to help that lunar take over a nearby city, then went to that city, realized that that city was on the way to another city that they kind of liked, changed their mind and decided that they were going to help that city defend against the lunar. And that's where we left off. They had just made their agreements with the council, gotten the council to agree to their plan to try to give the barbarians what they want, even though that's going to still diametrically propose what the lunar wants. And then they were, in theory, going to now go and meet with them and try to sell the Horde and probably soon to be angry lunar on their new plan.
In our defense, we are not trying to sell the lunar. We are aware the lunar is going to smoosh our heads with her dinosaur.
We know the pain train's coming. We're gonna try words before swords.
And so this is my question to you, friend. Should we try and talk to barbarians first and then just be like, hey, lunar, you don't have a horde because they're just gonna get what they want and leave, and then give her a chance to, like, I guess, bother us later? I don't know if that's a better thing. I mean, I know you guys have like a weird reincarnation history thing going.
She understands it more than I do. But apparently, whatever heritage we've inherited as what we are, there is a bond.
Makes sense.
I suppose I'm learning this as fast as you are. I'll say this. If that's true, and in a previous life or in a previous time, there was a connection here, I think that means that there may be a chance for some sort of common ground to be found. However, what we do know is this: who she works for, the Cannibal Queen, if I remember correctly.
Not the friendly name.
Yeah, not good. Whatever we stand for, I'm fairly certain it's not for someone referred to as a Cannibal Queen. And I think that might be a misguidance or a lead of improper teachings brought upon this other individual who I have this bond to.
It's hard to unlearn things.
It is hard to unlearn things. So Mountain, and I presume we're saying this as we're sort of walking towards the outskirts of the town, as we're making our way, because we have to go deal with this person, right?
Actually, didn't the weird dragon people want to come with us too? And we were like, you stay back.
That is correct. You did refuse that plan. They were going to stay in the city and attempt to find the Exalted that was rumored to be within the city.
Oh, right.
We think it's a fucking lunar. That's what we think it is.
Right.
And the previous session, about 6 months ago, ended with you leaving the council chambers while they were staying behind for a continuation of their meeting with the council.
Yes.
Right. That is correct. I leave them a nice note that, if we don't succeed, I look forward to defending the city with them.
I will also take a perception awareness roll from both of you.
Oh,
I
God.
What to roll?
We rolled dice?
Mm-hmm.
Bunch of die 12s, right?
No, this is not the exotic system.
Is this an ambush?
No.
All right, just checking.
I feel ambushed.
I feel like, honestly, George, I feel like you're ambushing me right now. So.
He said, what is it? Awareness?
Perception awareness.
That's just awareness?
Perception is an attribute. Awareness is an ability.
Where's that? Oh,
So
I see.
George,
I had it scrolled down. My bad.
George, here's a hot take. I know critical fails are more ones than than successes, right? But riddle me this, Batman. I rolled 3 ones. I rolled a 4, and then I rolled a 9 and a 10. So I got 3 successes, but 3 ones. Where does this fall?
It's fine.
But I only rolled 2 dice that were successes, and 3 dice that were ones.
3 total successes and 3 ones, which means they're equivalent. So you are fine.
Cool. Excellent. I'm
How did 10s
good.
work in this game? They count as 2?
That is correct.
Cool.
Count as 2.
See, we are relearning the system today.
It's like our first experience. It was delightful.
And you succeed on in 7+?
That is correct.
Yes.
Okay, so then I got 5 successes.
All right.
Thank you.
With your 5 successes and 3.
3?
Yeah, 3 will give it to you. You both notice that someone has been strangely quiet during this conversation.
That is to say, Adramalik.
That is true.
We look at him.
You try to look at him. He's gone, vanished into the city somewhere. The beauty of having the rogue be the one that doesn't show up.
That's true. I guess it would have been hard at first.
That feels problematic if he's on for another business acquiring, right? He tried to do that.
Let's look at the bright side. If we are going to fight, but we need to come back here to fight, he will be here with his people.
Fair. Okay. we can attempt the diplomacy before this becomes combative. And Dirham will begin sort of making his way towards the exit of the city.
Okay. You begin making your way toward the city gates. You arrive there without much trouble, unless you choose to cause trouble along the way.
No.
Hard not to. Don't give us any prompts.
Right. If anybody looks at us the wrong way, though, we're definitely making a side quest because this shit is not looking good. But no.
Yes. Dirham, you can give me a perception awareness roll.
Am I being ambushed? Do I feel like I'm being ambushed? You tell me. This feels like an ambush. You better remember this every time from now on, because I'm always going to prompt this with, "Hey, can I have more dice?" Dirham's eyes, in a classically trained sensory manner, are always sort of scanning around within his reach and radius as he continues walking about, specifically on edge, considering that there's still a hubbub about a specific Exalted that exists somewhere around here. Definitely lunar and not any other kind, as we have attempted to. But yeah, it was me. I engulfed into flames and disappeared out of existence for a day. Yeah. That was me. That felt like the right choice.
You can have a 1 dot stunt.
1 dot stunt. Hot damn.
2 extra dice.
Cool. Hot damn. 2, 4, 6.
2, 4, 6. Okay. As you are making your way toward the city gates, you see out of the corner of your eye, the person in blue that you had met, or rather that you had seen at the library the other day, just out of the corner of your eye, walking down a side street.
That I saw at the library.
Yes, when you and your demon went to the library to attempt to study the history of Nachara, there was one other person at the library who was a man, obviously a scholarly type, reading, didn't talk to you in any way, shape, or form, didn't really acknowledge your presence.
This feels like a red herring. They didn't do anything. They did nothing.
He was also there before you arrived.
Right. He was just doing his shit. Like, what am I? He's probably another demon. I should probably enslave him. I mean, it's a good thing Greg isn't here. Okay. I think Dirham clocks him and sort of recollects this moment and then immediately drops it, considering that there's a much larger piece on the table right now, and doesn't even like Mountain probably would notice that his eyes turn to this person for a moment, and then he just continues on whatever train of thought he was in as we make our way towards the exit.
Okay.
Yeah. Mountain will take a look and be like, a lot of people in that direction.
Yeah, right. Oh, cool color. Anyway, dealing with war.
See, I offered you side quest temptation. You passed it up.
And we
Good on
said no.
You're growing.
Yeah. I should have taken the out. This was the out. This was the out from us going into the bad zone. All right. But once we get past the gates, whenever that is,
you get past the gates.
Dirham will continue now talking more openly with Mountain concerning what's coming up as they start making their way in the direction towards where they're hoping to meet the lunar.
Okay.
When we leave the gate, when I asked the guard captain, because we're friends with that guy who's at the gate. We've been
guard captain is not at the gate.
Oh, all right.
Guard captain.
You know this guy's name though, right? You definitely know this guy's name. Come on.
Brent?
Oh, it's you. Well, yes. What can I do for you?
If we are going to go and try and cut this war off before it happens, if anyone follows after us, particularly 2 ladies, do us a favor, light the torches a bit early so we can see them. We just want to know if we have company on this diplomat mission.
Give me a charisma presence.
You got it. Is this guy common or is he noble?
You know,
he is common.
This guy common as hell.
I mean, technically he's military, but in this case, I'll count it as common.
All right. I will take it. Thanks for being so magnanimous.
What can I say? I'm in a good mood being back to finally playing Exalted.
Yeah, I love Exalted.
Ooh, we're doing it.
I actually forgot that I'm decent at talking.
Yeah. I think you're actually our social face.
You are. Now that Strings is gone.
Only because Strings is in here. So that's...
God, how helpful Strings would have been during this entire series of events.
I was just thinking, I was like, of course we do social combat as soon as we don't have Strings. So that's 6 from 10s, 8, 9 total.
6 from... Oh my God.
Welcome back. It's good to have
At least now Rippers has dispelled anything where it's like stuff just explodes. It happens.
To be fair, though, with Rippers, it's either 15 explosions or just
Or I do
constant,
nothing. That's
constant
actually-
critical failures. So,
It's a lot less dice in there, though.
okay. So he responds, very well. Is there something of concern that we should be aware of?
They will be trying help, which I appreciate, but we need to know if they're going to be with us so we can expect what kind of help they'll bring. I imagine that we'll have different methods, and I just need to be prepared. Regardless, we will have to accept their help, but if the tempo changes, we need to be ready.
Very well.
You're a good man. I put my hand on his shoulder and smile at him. We will be back. Hopefully not to fight, but if not, then we will defend your walls with honor with you.
See you soon, Little River.
Oof. Feels bad. And we walk away.
I don't go by Smiling Mountain, so that's okay.
Oh, yeah. What do you go by here?
I forget what I was telling them. I think I was just Mountain here.
Okay. Mountain. So, yeah, good enough.
So if he says Little River, I'm like, you know what? We're just going to use that now.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Okay. And you make your way out of Nachara toward the woods.
While we are en route, like
Yeah.
as we make our way out of earshot of the guards, Dirham's just gonna talk a little
More candidly, yeah.
yeah, more candidly, openly about what we got here as we're beginning. And
Great.
Dirham's
Before you distract yourselves with that, who is navigating through the forest?
What do I need to do that?
That would be intelligence survival or
Good news,
perception survival.
I have survival, so I can do that.
I have intelligence, so I can do that.
I have perception.
Did you say it's an intelligence or perception?
You can sell me on what your method of navigation is. Whether it's you knowing stuff about the area, whether it's you using your wits to try to guesstimate where you should be going, or whether it's perception to gather clues around the area. Sell me with your stunt. Whoever's making this role as the navigator.
Rich, if you got the brick, I'll hand it to you, buddy.
All right, you got it. Smiling Mountain will just kind of like look out at the horizon and try and remember their previous journey, like just kind of like, because not a lot of people have been out this way specifically because they know an arm is coming. So like I'll gently touch the ground, smell the earth, rub it around in my hands, and just try and let the previous journey just take me back. Smell
Okay.
is the strongest precursor to memory.
Yeah, that's true. All right, give me your, memory is.
No, stop it, George.
I
Stop
knew
it.
you were
Stop
going
it. We
to do
said
this. I'll
sense.
take-
We
I'll
said
take-
sense.
I'll take one. If you give me 2 dice sense, I will take the intelligence.
Okay, intelligence, but you can have the 2 dot stunt.
I'll take it happily. 1, 2 from the sun.
It probably
2 from
helps
the
him more than it
intelligence.
hurts.
It helps a little. It helps enough. And then we're going to pump 1 power into it.
All right, I forgot we have power. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We just can't use a lot of it. We're very close to the city.
That's okay. If we glow a little, that's fine.
All right, not
It just looks neato.
not a critical failure.
Oh no.
That's a lot of-
close to a critical failure.
Oh no.
That's a lot.
It was 3 1s, and so I saw 3 1s. I was like, that's bad. But we have 4 successes
Okay.
and then a 3. So
4
we
successes.
take it.
I will also take your wits war.
Ooh, I'm better at 4.
Spicy.
I'm a good war.
But how are your wits, my friend?
Wits are actually good though. It's intelligence.
Coo.
That is more successes than failures. 1, 2, 3 7s, and the 10 equals 5.
Okay, 5. With your knowledge of war, with your wisdom and ability to think about those tactics on the fly, you realize that before you traveled quite a ways away from the city to meet these people. If they are attempting to assault here, would they continue the direction you met them before, or would they attempt to try to circle around, find a different avenue approach in case you sold them out?
It's fair.
So while you are able to find your original path that you took, you're uncertain whether it will actually lead you the direction you want to go.
So instead, I'm going to take us where I would assault us from.
Okay, then you're going to give me your intelligence war this time.
That's a big bummer.
Oh
But we are
no.
going to put some more power into that.
Yep.
No.
Come on, ancient heritage. I don't know what I need for this, but I got 4.
Okay.
That sounds not terrible.
From your knowledge of the city, the maps that you've received and studied, you are fairly confident that you have an idea of what direction they should be approaching from.
It's
Or that you would approach if you were. If they rolled relatively the same successes as you did on your war.
Also, this lady's been trained to do this kind of stuff her whole life. Not like us, we just kind of fell into it, right? So it would make sense that she would come from right up there, come down, yeah?
I mean, tactically sound.
That's all I need. Let's go for it, eh?
But before we begin this parlay, I have been thinking of other avenues for us to try and, at a minimum, stave off this situation, maybe at a maximum conclude it without any bloodshed.
But continue.
I think chances of us getting through to her as far as alternatives beyond what the cannibal queen wants, I think that we're going to come up short. So I think the attempt is worth it, but
To say we try.
well, I'm wondering if that should be one step in our actual plan. I don't know if you remember, but Dirham will unsheath his sword from his back, revealing it in plain sight. If wielded correctly, as I understand, this blade can remove memories. I'm wondering if in the parlay we take the opportunity and I attempt to remove the proper subjects to make this an impossible gambit for her. If she's leading the forces, the cannibal queen is not here, the leader does not know the task at hand, or something of the like. And Mountain, I'm looking to you to see if there's a better target for me to strike at, but
I think it's probably the best one. I'm not going to lie. If this person has been molded by this other powerful lunar, I cannot imagine. Look at what we were like when we were with the dragon blood, right? How hard we believed in the things we did, and it took seeing something different to make us believe something different. I don't think we could show her anything that would shake her because she has been molded from such a young age by this cannibal queen, seemingly. And I don't know if that's true, but it doesn't seem like she knows so much more than we.
and I believe
So
she is unwavering in that respect.
Exactly. And so I don't think it's like us where we have only known for a few years. I can only assume that this person has been being educated for, let's at least assume, a decade. I don't know, but more than us.
Fair.
So I think that the connection to the cannibal queen is probably the strongest point of resistance. I cannot say that it's bad to get rid of it. The question is what happens to the rest of the house when you take out Cornerstone?
Well, I don't know that answer, but
Neither do I. As long as we have both thought of it and are willing to accept the consequences of that action, which I am, my friend.
right.
It beats the almost certainty that we will have to kill her, yes. But then that brings up the next question. Those elementalists, the dragon, they know we are coming out here to fight something big, talk to something. They know they're being led by Luna, right? Actually, could somebody check the minutes? Did we talk about that?
You did mention that they are led by, you did mention, I believe, that they were led by
So we can either say that she fled, maybe, but
Sure.
it may put us in more danger. I don't know. And not to be selfish, but let's just for a moment play the long game in our mind. If we bring a dead lunar to those two, it makes us look better, potentially, that we are an ally to them, especially if they don't know who we are. And gaining an ally within an organization that wants us dead puts grains of sand in the opposite direction when it comes to hunting us down. I'm not saying that they would change anything if they found out what we were, but people genuinely like us and seeing us as useful, it's less likely that they will put the boogeyman hat on us.
George, question. In our experience through our upbringing and training, have we ever seen like a dead, like Exalted? Have we ever seen?
That's a great question.
well, there's the one that you killed.
And sure. In regards to that, was there any signs to them being that compared to, say, any other person?
She faded away.
When they die,
Well, she did fade away. I was, however, referencing the lunar exalted that you killed during your first session when you exalted.
Hey, what happened to that guy?
He remained a big wolf corpse.
okay, so there was big giant wolf corpse, but a corpse remained. Okay.
In the form that it was in. So it's possible we can say we ambushed it. You're saying just get maybe another body?
Yes. Another option that I could try, and I don't think it's easy, but I could attempt, is to magically augment another body to look bestial. It's not easy magic. In fact, I don't think I've ever tried something like that before. But it's possible that if we were to remove the lunar from the equation, a barbarian, a brigand, something that we could just take, remove, maybe even just a corpse. I mean, like dig up a body, dig up a grave, and see if I could change its form, make it look like what was going to be.
Maybe. Or we could say that it was false information, that it was not what we thought it was, and was just a bestial man.
Right. Or that we got the opportunity on it before it could transform and truly have its heightened power.
Imagine most people don't know what a monstrous lunar and what we are is. So we were told they're led by a powerful creature and just happened to name the wrong thing that wouldn't be out of the ordinary. Yeah, we did say shapeshifter. We said shapeshifter. That's what we did.
But that said,
and we took that thing down where we were men.
So we could do it as men. What's to say that we couldn't do another?
This is the thing.
And plus a dragon-blooded, plus a newly exalted soul.
That dragon-blooded was no help, and you remember.
Yeah, that guy sucked.
Something of the infinite flow did very little.
Yeah, he
absorbed of the endless stream.
Thank you.
Yeah. We remember our master. May he rot in the ditch we left him in.
We remember him trying to kill our friend who was cool after doing nothing the whole combat.
Also true. Man, our group sucks.
This is why we're bad. We were trained bad.
Yeah, we were trained badly. They taught us wrong. All right, anyway. I mean, they actually did, but that's not the point. The point is, Mountain, what do you think?
I think this is a good idea. I think it's as good as we're going to get. I think cutting out that memory is
the cannibal queen the correct target?
What else could it be? We don't know anything else about her.
What if we were to remove the task, her objective?
Well, to me, I feel like that would be even harder, right? Because then she goes home.
Right, but at least you're right, and that does not do her any kindnesses.
And she might have methods of communication, so we only stall her for like a day.
But if we are to remove the cannibal queen from her mind, we might remove any ingrained loyalty and drive to this point. We might literally free her from this barbaric task.
You're not wrong. I think it is our best shot at saving her in the short term. Because I don't see a better one for the long term, my friend. So I have to agree that this is probably
the only setback that I see following this is that I think I could land the blow, but that does not mean she would forget
know something had happened.
Well, she can recognize that sword. That said, it doesn't change the fact that I would be the person that dealt the blow.
She would know you took something. She wouldn't know what.
Correct. But also for whatever loyalty or connection she has with me, once I take a part out of her, I wonder just how much I could even play off of that.
Probably not. But if you care about it, and not for nothing, it sounds like you do. Otherwise, we would be not for nothing crashing her through a few hundred trees by now. Then it's worth pursuing, is it not? There's something there, or something was there, even if eons ago, and it is worth the attempt to save. Yes?
Yeah.
And even tactically, could be an ally down the line. Who knows? Either way, emotionally, morally, tactically, I think this is the right decision. You have my support, friend.
Thank you, friend. All right, let's attempt a parlay.
Hopefully we run into the barbarians first. Or her, I'm so conflicted.
Okay. And you begin making your way into the woods. Well, continue making your way into the woods. Here's the thing. Last time you traveled, you were on horseback. You are no longer on horseback.
Oh, okay.
Are you? I believe you returned to them after your thing.
We did, but I'm sure if we were like, we gotta go stop the war again, they probably were like,
yeah.
Hey.
Were you like that? Or did you leave immediately from the...
No, yes. Yes,
yeah?
We got horses because we're not dum-dums.
So we're going to use their flashback point to have horses?
I used my flashback point, and now we have horses.
I used mine to get sandwiches.
So we have sandwiches and horses.
All right. So you have horses, and you make your way into the woods. Following Mountain's direction, the first day, you do not find any signs of the approaching horde. You bed down for the evening, and in the morning, do you continue the path? Do you rethink? What do you do?
I could throw you into the air.
We did that once before, actually, and that's what actually unearthed the lunar.
Yeah. I mean, we did it with Addermalic, so, like, if I would have messed up, there was, like, 2 points of, whatever, but...
I would be okay. I would be okay if you throw me. You have thrown me. You've thrown me before.
I know, but normally I jump with you. I don't throw you a lot.
You can throw me.
All right, that's all right. It means I have to catch you. That's really the...
You'll catch me, right?
I've never not catched you. I imagine the time I don't catch you, it won't be a conversation afterward.
Exactly.
All right, I'll take your athletic strength.
Can I use might in this?
Yes, you can use your mighty thoo.
Thank you.
Mighty thoo for a mighty through.
I don't even know what that means. It sounds impressive, but I don't know what that means.
It's the thing that gives me my ridiculous strength, but only in strength checks, not in combat.
Oh, cool. I like that. Non-combat strength bunnies are fun.
I agree.
Mhm.
Allows you to have feats of impressive power, while not like just outrageously destroying the game.
Yeah. And then we're going to pump 1 because I think I'm out of d20s and d10s. Yeah, we're just going to pump 1.
You're limiting yourself based on just pumping because you're concerned about your totals.
No, my dice. I'm out of dice.
Roll more dice. You just pick them up and roll them again. You have the dice aren't
Pump 3.
Rich. Dice don't expend. I hope you know that they don't expire. You can keep using the dice basically forever.
Wait, I have to stunt too. I grab him and I do a very quick like underhand throw, and I just like just take my own hand and just launch him just straight up. Yeah, just as hard and as fast as I can.
All right, you can have a 1-dot stunt.
I will take it gleefully.
Yeah, we're not proud, man. We'll take anything we can get.
That's 3 10s, and nothing outside of the 10s. So that's 6.
Right.
Okay.
And then I have 4 more to roll.
Oh my god.
Don't you know you're limited to the amount of dice you own?
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'd be dead a long time ago. And that
is 8 total.
8 total. Okay.
That's great.
It's respectable, but I mean,
That's great.
A normal person practically could have done it. So.
I don't know what's good in this game, honestly. 8 sounds like a big number. I usually feel good when I get 4.
No, me too. I feel good with 4 too, but I'm trying to throw you above a tree line right now. I don't know how.
Yo,
true it is.
Come on.
Above the tree line. It's a hard throw. You toss Dirham into the air. Dirham, you sail upward. Your momentum begins to slow as you approach the tree line, but you do just barely peek above it. So that's it? You're just trying to get a quick glance?
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting a perception, and I'm going to do the same thing that I did last time that I ended up stumbling into this encounter with the lunar, which is if there's a branch or something, I'm going to try and grab onto one of the trees and stay above so I can kind of do another like bird's eye view of the area.
Okay. First of all, give me your perception awareness. This is not an ambush.
I don't know. It kind of feels like an ambush. Cool.
Uh-oh.
Cool. No.
Maybe I threw you upside down. Maybe it's my fault.
This is no. We're everything's fine. Everything is fine.
Hmm.
Just you know what?
A lot of assurances.
I think in this situation I'm going to also use my I gotta read my sheet correctly. My keen sight technique. I think that's what I'm going to use. Let me just double check and make sure that's right. Yeah, I'll use my keen sight technique.
Okay. What does it do? There's a bunch of stuff.
My awareness rolls benefit from double for 9s, and I can re-roll 6s until they cease to disappear, which gives me another roll. Didn't help. Okay, so that's good. So that was 5 mana down the drain. And wait, is it? No, wait. That's why that was 5 mana. I think it was 5 mana. That's 5 mana. 5 mana down the drain, and I got a 2.
Okay. For 5 essence.
Oh, essence, yes.
With your 2, you see the tops of trees. You then begin plummeting below the tops of trees. I will take your strength athletics, unless you're trying to do something else to grab that tree branch.
Nah, I'm good with that.
All right.
Let's do strength athletics.
Strength athletics.
Which, yeah, I think probably because his sight did not catch much above the tree line. That was probably more him like watching the trees shoot past him as he got up to the top, and then did not get the opportunity to see anything up there as he was like, oh no, and then plummeted back down and just is attempting to grab onto one of the tree branches that he passed that he's hurriedly remembering.
Okay, you can have a 1-dot stunt. Take those 2 extra dice.
Okay. Plus those 2 extra dice. Okay, and I'm going to burn 3 into this. Oh no, the dice!
And athletics is one of your favorite things?
It is. So that is 4.
That's good.
4.
Well, I mean, based on our conversation.
I mean, to catch yourself. You're trying to throw a grown man above the tree line.
With a 4, you do manage to grab a tree branch before very long.
You say before very long?
Yes.
So it
As
wasn't
in-
the first one.
As in, you're still in the upper quarter of the tree that you're on.
Okay, cool. So grasping onto the branch, I'm gonna just like wedge myself back up and just sort of surveil the scene. I'm gonna basically replicate the last thing that Dirham did, almost superstitiously at this point, and take off his dragon's eye wand and just have it in his lap as he looks around and surveys the scene to see if he can spot the lunar or any other signs of them.
Okay. You replicate the motions of before. Like before, you summon the demon that is Lore of Autumn, who materializes behind. No, nothing happens.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Dirham lets out a sigh after like probably being up there for probably like a minute, and then puts the dragon's eye wand back onto his back and considers going back up and just attempting to climb to actually get a viewpoint, because he clearly did not get a good
You're already there.
good shot. So he's going to attempt to just navigate back up to try and get above the tree line and
Okay.
and get a better viewpoint than last time.
Strength athletics.
All right. Come on, dice. Give me some value. Dirham, in a very muscular fashion, continues finding like knot holes, things of the like, utilizing a little bit of our embered ability in the palms of his hands to try and burn in to the trees themselves, as he uses the power to magnify his ability to make handholds as he continues going through.
All right, I'll give you a 2-dot stunt for that.
Ooh, don't screw me. Okay, 2-dot stunt. Because I'm using power, I'm also going to throw another 3 into it. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You manage to reach the top of the tree once more.
Okay, Dirham. Now actually get something of value this time. And he surveys the scene again. Man, I'm just rolling the same damn junk.
But better this time.
Well, it's fine. I'm about to interrupt you before you get to roll it.
Oh, great. Okay.
As you should.
No, but you do spot something out of the corner of your eye moving toward you quickly, very quickly.
And I pull the dragon's eye wand and sort of hone in on whatever this thing is, with it sort of like kind of like half aimed, just like more defensive than anything else.
Okay, you can give me your perception awareness.
Feels like an ambush, George. Am I being ambushed?
We're not being ambushed.
Okay. All right. 5.
5. Okay.
Right.
You see,
Pretty good.
approaching you very quickly, a small 6-winged figure.
Yeah, I don't.
You can give me an intelligence lore.
Yeah, okay, yeah, cool. Thank you, because Craig's disturbed. Okay, yeah, intelligence lore. That's a thing I do. 4 for intelligence, 3 for lore. Let's make it pop. As Dirham squints his eyes, studies this fast flying creature, and says ever so silently to himself, think.
All right, you can brain blast your way to a 1-point stunt. 1-dot stunt.
Yes, the more Jimmy Neutron invested in our game, the better. Got a blast. So that's a 6.
Okay.
I can tell by your faces you're very unhappy with my Jimmy Neutron references, but I can't be happier.
All right. So it begins coming closer, and as you begin to make out more of its features, the slightly humanoid body that's connected to the 6 wings, the size, you realize that this is a messenger spirit.
Okay.
What direction?
It is flying directly at you.
Directly at me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The city?
So I know it's a messenger spirit. So I go, okay, let's see if the message is for me. And I'm going to begin going down the tree.
All right. As you begin going down the tree, it follows your arc.
Cool. I'm going to race it down. Just like swinging down, like skirting down, trying to use more of my exalted energy to like drag myself down the tree.
I'm just ready to.
As the description, as it is capable of crossing hundreds of miles in an hour, I don't think I need to make you roll to know that it's going to beat you.
Sure. Either way, Dirham comes shooting down the tree, basically.
Okay. Dirham comes shooting down the tree. Mountain, you see Dirham shooting down the tree.
Oh, I'm just ready to catch.
Okay.
Don't kill this thing. It's a messenger spirit. And he'll eventually, once he feels like he's in a safe distance, hop down in the direction of Mountain.
Okay. You hop down in the direction of Mountain. At that point, the spirit arrives right in front of your face.
No.
Is that your actual reaction?
I mean, if it's like if it's in front of my face and I'm going down, is it next to me or is it underneath me?
It basically reaches you as you're almost reaching the bottom, and then just kind of follows you as you're moving down.
Okay, then yeah, I that's not my reaction. I'm still going down as it's behind me then, and just hoping Mountain catches me.
It's in front of you.
Or
is it in front of me?
Yeah, it's following along in front, like right in
then
front
I'm about to splat into it. That's what's about to happen. Because I jump and it gets there. So yeah, I'm like no, out of the way.
It's like it's at that point it's maintaining pace with you so that it is.
So it's keeping up with my terminal velocity.
Yeah.
Oy, that's very fast.
I mean, it can cross all of creation in less than a day.
Wow, I would like that power.
Can have this power.
Sweet.
As it arrives in front of you, I have a message for you.
From who?
That's not part of the message.
Do I catch you?
Oh, yeah.
Do you actually try to catch him?
Please
give me.
I'm not going to be like,
Give me your strength athletics.
Please. I would like to not go splat.
Wasn't part of the roll.
Not a good sign.
We got a 3.
Oh, please tell me that's enough. That's enough. That sounds like a dirham enough amount, right?
I don't know how hard it is to catch somebody when you already threw them.
Threw them, but then remember he landed in a tree and then kind of leapt down, so your timing's all off.
It's true.
No!
You do manage to catch him, however. It's not a graceful catch.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. It's like when your toddler jumps off the couch at the last second, like you saved them, but like you're like, oh, it was closer than I would have liked.
Yep.
Perfect.
Messages?
Yes, right. This is a messenger spirit, and apparently
Smiling Mountain. You see nothing.
I don't see anything.
It's right here. It's
Okay, that's
right here.
I'm just letting you know, friend.
Okay, great. So you don't hear anything either.
I hear you.
You're a messenger spirit, right?
Yes.
Did you hear that?
No.
Okay.
What
All right,
spell?
messenger. What?
What spells do you have?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm glad you asked. I have the following spells. I have the Death of Obsidian
Butterflies or owls?
butterflies, but I would call it owls. I have the Dragon's Scorching Breath. I have the Invulnerable Skin of Bronze, and I have the Mists of the Evertide.
Okay, great. Noted.
Okay. Give me the message.
I warned you.
Oh, she's just gonna beat us up. She did say. Oh wait, I didn't hear that. Boop, boop,
It then vanishes.
I say to Mountain very quickly, it said, I warned you. And I immediately pivot on my heels and start looking around rapidly.
Yeah, I put on my gloves and just keep on marching in the direction I think that she and the army is in. She did say if she saw us before we got to the city, she was going to consider us an enemy. She did say it. She didn't seem like a person to break a promise.
There. Well, let's see if we can find her.
Good thing we didn't come here to be like, we got kicked out of the city. We're here to help. Well, I'm terrible.
Be pretty messed up, right?
Right?
I mean,
That's what I'm saying. She didn't care. She's just going to beat us up.
She was like, oh, bound to my word. Yeah, that'd be a real
Really
bummer.
messed up, see?
Quite a bummer. Okay. Well,
I don't know who these lunars are, but maybe it's not their time after all.
then we have a little bit more of a temperamental hunt ahead of us. I don't think it changes much.
Changes a bit, I say.
Well, sure. She's going to be a little more prickly.
In a literal fashion, yeah.
Still going to go for the shot, though.
And I will help you take it. I keep on walking ahead.
All right. You keep on walking ahead.
She knows where we are. What direction did the thing come from? That would probably be a good,
Indication?
Yeah.
It came from that direction, and Durham points in the direction that it came from.
Is it in kind of like ahead of us-ish?
Yeah, you had a good estimation.
Like a cone?
Yeah, you did a pretty
Nice.
good job of guesstimating where she was heading from.
Yes. Good to go. Okay.
Also, she rolled 0 successes on her war to try to outsmart you, so
Yeah! We were taught something.
you were. Plutarch was not useless.
Okay.
Also, that was from the blood. I didn't know the worst stuff until
Okay, so
we're
you continue heading in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
As you do, the forest noises silence. The world begins to become still.
It's happening.
Just start stretching.
George, just because I don't have my notes handy, remind me what the name of the lunar is.
It is Lore of Autumn.
Lore of Autumn. Dirham is not going to draw any weapons and basically just walk with his hands kind of outstretched up in sort of a neutral, like admission kind of mean no harm stance.
I'm going to walk right behind Dirham, and every time he looks at me, I'm going to be like, but every time he doesn't, I'm just like, I'm really just ready to snatch him because I'm worried like she's gonna be like, let's murder Dirham first.
Okay. And Dirham's gonna say just out loud, Lore of Autumn, we've come to talk. There's more to deal with here. The situation has developed and we wish to speak further.
Okay.
And just continue going in whichever direction that mountain is indicating me to go in.
Give me your charisma presence.
Ooh, that's a shame because Dirham is a dead fish of personality. So charisma presence.
Charisma presence.
Cool.
She has
Anything-
like a minor thing with you.
You can have a 1 stunt. Yep.
Okay, cool. All right, dice. I need some real fucking solid results because I only have so many of you, and there's no power. It's just us. Come on. Cool. Great.
Oh no.
It's honestly, it's not bad. It's just I was wishing for, I don't know, 10s. It's 2. I got 2, but that's
Okay.
off of 1 from my charisma and none from my presence.
Hey, that's not bad.
Right side, you might be one of her
Intimacies?
Yeah, so
That's true. That's possible.
Little bit of an edge.
A voice rings out from far away. And talk fast.
I want to try and hone in on where that voice is.
Okay. Give me your perception awareness. Not an ambush.
One day it'll be an ambush, and then I'll get 1 dice.
Hey, you had one.
Yeah, that's true. That happened.
Cool.
Can't ask for more than 1.
Dirham keeps his posture like still, not any sharp turns or anything, but just allowing his senses to direct him in terms of this voice at this point. Basically, as wherever he clocks it, his steps begin to move in that direction, as he's just trying to focus in on that and only that, especially as it's stark silent in the forest right now.
Yeah. All right. You can have a dot stunt.
Word up. Come on. Let me find them. Nope. So that's 3.
3 successes.
Yeah, 3 successes. I swear I'm a impressive figure in this game. I swear.
Okay. You try to hone in on the voice. As you do, it's possible that it's the distance from you that is causing the difficulty. But it almost sounds like it's coming from multiple places at once.
Hiram will say under his breath to Mountain, I can't get a beat. And then he will just continue walking and say aloud, the council has begun to fall in line with us. There's chances that this doesn't have to come to blows. We have an opportunity here. We'd like to talk more about taking this opportunity.
They seem keen on their independence.
You say that?
And against the Empire.
So you convinced them to surrender.
We did not tell them that they needed to yet.
Silence.
I don't think forcing surrender is the right way to ensure that. Parley and negotiations take more time than simply a forceful statement. And for your people and theirs, there is a better path. I'm trying to help you take it.
I whispered to Jerome, she doesn't have any people.
It's figurative. She's leading people, barbarians, things alike. If that's the case, that's good though.
Sorry, you said you whisper it?
Yes.
I very quietly am like, she doesn't have any people.
Uh-oh, this learner's got things.
Probably. I mean, she's like us. I assume she could hear. That's why I wasn't like, this bitch, blah, blah. I was like, she is the one agent here. And Mountain knows that she's one agent.
Stop looking up rules, George. Stop it. Stop looking up rules. There's no rules.
And again, because I feel like because of Mountain's war knowledge, these are tools. This is a populace that she's riled up to get a job done.
I mean, Greg Greg believes that, but
I understand. Well, Deerham's playing on like a normal common denominator, so it makes sense because he's like, hey, think about your people. Well, for Mountain, he's like, I care about my people because they're my people. These are nothing. That's why he whispered.
mm-hmm.
Also, he's very like Mountain actually is in more of a stance like this and is just trying to be like very aware, so he knows whether he has to like snatch Deerham or defend in an area.
My goal here is a staging ground. Their goal is something else. And you speak of independence. Independence is not an option for them. They can be independent from the realm, but they will join us instead.
It's not a difference of independence or not. This caste, this city can have a means of functional servitude while still feeling autonomous. You don't need to force the position of subservience. That can be gained and allow them their picture, allow them their piece of peace. I'm trying to help you in that respect. I'd like to be able to speak more on this in person, he says, looking around at like all of the tree lines and things of the like.
To the queen if needed.
What exactly is your offer?
I'll tell you if you come see me face to face.
You've already gone back on your word once, so I don't think I'll do that.
What harm would it do? Are we truly of any threat to you?
You forget I remember that sword.
Deerham takes the sword and throws it and like lets it stab into one of the trees nearby.
I look at it and I'm like, oh, that sword. I'm like, the plan. What?
Give me your charisma presence.
I feel like you should get some kind of
you
stunt
absolutely
because
get a 2-dot stunt for that.
You threw me on my ass as rich. I'm like, the plan.
Come on, dice. Tell the story. Tell the story. It's the 2-dot stunt.
Are you a Joxer or a Xena?
5.
Whoa! Look at that. Okay, so here's what happens. All right, so the world is still for a moment. Then comes forward an owl from the trees. It flutters down, still a good distance away, before changing back into the shape of autumn.
So here is what I'm suggesting. And Deerham begins to walk towards her as he's
you approach,
talking.
Backs away.
And he'll stop. I mean, you're here. Do you want me to? And he pulls the wand off of his back and he goes, should I toss this as well?
I do not know what you are capable of. So I will ask you to keep your distance. As right now, I am already going beyond what I told you I would.
You have spoken of some sort of bond that you and I have shared in some way, shape, or form. And here, as I still reach out to try and help you, you keep a distance, yet a bond longer than our lifelines apparently exists strongly in you and may be awakening in me. If you want progress in any way, shape, or form, it needs to begin with some form of cooperation here.
And that is why I am here, so talk.
Very well.
You just nudge me when you want me to talk.
Deerham will put the Dragon's Eye wand back in his bag. Lord of Autumn, what we are suggesting is that you allow us to find whatever specific object of interest is imperative to your force, because there is something there, and we have in with the council now, the leaders of this city. With that, we can acquire that. We can also find a way that this city can support you. And in that, it would be prosperous for both parties. You don't want to dry the well. You don't want to empty the mine. You want your resources. You want to have a consistent flow. And to have this city broken is going to lose you advantage. There is a function in this city. It's functioning in the Empire. And whether or not your goal is to destroy the Empire, right now, the Empire's strength and its connection to all of its cities and civilizations can be wielded to your benefit.
There are at least 3 cities beyond this city that also function as, we'll call them loyal weak points for the Empire that would almost certainly be willing to support you. So as this city gives you its strength willingly, the next city would do the same, and the next city would do the same, making it so when you finally needed to wield your force, as Deerham has said, it will be against those who need to see that soul force, that need to understand your strength, while those who are behind, one ruler to the next that they never see does not affect their lives. They do not care as long as their businesses prosper, and as long as their businesses prosper, you prosper, for it does take quite a bit of silver and jade to march an army.
How do the businesses prosper of this city?
Prosper along the river with each other, which is why if we propose each city falls in line, it's very simple for them to continue that prosperity. On top of that, war does bring certain types of prosperity as much as it brings devastation.
Now, I must ask, how is this different from the plan you approached me with before?
The difference is we have leverage now.
Leverage over who?
The council.
What is this leverage?
We have told them that we can solve the quandary of a force that may or may not be threatening them.
And they are willing to trade. They are willing to work with.
Consider us the middle ground of neutrality, where both sides can find compromise. We need to find compromise.
We have a place within your world. We are not going to be hunted like dogs. We do not have that place inside the Empire. So you striking blows against the Empire is very beneficial to us. We just wish to make sure that it is done in a precise manner, where those who are going to aid you can freely do so without needing to raise everything behind you, weakening yourselves.
And again, wasn't that your intention when you left me before, to convince the city to do this?
Yes, and we've gotten some progress here. Our point is, instead of your stance of immediately launching into the attack, we're here to tell you progress is being made in the words that we've brought to you.
So, what is it you would ask me to do?
I would ask you to help give us information so that we can conclude this business. There is an object of interest that has been made clear that's important within the city, is there not?
The tribe, yes.
Correct. A point of interest that I'm sure is of interest to you and your queen as well.
Just the city.
Just the city.
So
The object of interest is the location. How can you convince them to give up a location without giving up their independence?
Through mutual cooperation. You have a force and they have threats.
They don't have to see it as giving up. A war encampment that sits behind the city doesn't look so bad if it's defending you and it's moving on, garnering trade.
And you think that the people will accept the tribe living with them in the city?
Living with them in the city?
Isn't that what you said? An army behind their walls?
Oh no, I said behind their walls. I.e., I doubt that it would be. That would be.
Yeah, the barbarian tribe supporting the city, but not per se within the walls.
Metaphor.
Yes, there you go.
Literally behind the city, as I assume the barbarian tribe would not want to stay within the city because that would not be beneficial to you. It could be a bit of a powder keg and unstable at first, and therefore you would lose valuable resource.
Well, here's what they want. They want the information within their Hall of Records.
But what?
We have access to the Hall of Records.
We can get them what they want. They just have to say what it is.
Give me your charisma presence.
Yeah, Smiling Mountain. Give that charisma presence, buddy.
And we're going to pump that all the way up as high as we can.
Yes.
1,
yes.
2, 3.
Let's see that light show, baby.
We're going to pump 4 into it to give myself just +1 because I'm going to pump up my charisma as well. Could have been worse. Could have been better. Actually, it was pretty. That is 1, 2, 4 9s. So that's 4, an 8, and a 10. So that's 5, 6, 7.
Yes.
The entire genealogical records of every citizen within this city.
See, didn't I think that was gonna happen? I'm so happy about it. No,
The entire genealogical records of every citizen in the city.
Yeah, the important ones at least.
bet you they kicked him out. That's what I said, remember?
What?
Sorry, I told Deer I had a theory, and I think
He had a theory.
Correct.
He had a theory.
What was this theory?
It's been 6 long years. I would have to go back and look now, but I think the theory is that the reason the council portrays these people as barbarians is because they're the ones who exiled them in the first place, and their exile is one of wrongness. That it doesn't make sense for a horde to continually try and get one thing, because barbarian hordes, as you and I are aware of, as people who do warfare, they hit things that are soft, that are easy, or that they know they can take. But to kill themselves on the wall of a library, that does not come from need. That doesn't come from glory. That comes from here, from something deep, from trying to prove something.
Have an understanding of the tribal thinking, but you are missing a piece.
Mm-hmm.
You are missing the information of their masters, at which point a few other animals emerge from the woods. 3 of them, which begin shifting into humanoid forms.
Oh, that's really cool.
And that's where we'll leave it.
Oh,
Come on, Beyblade, let her rip.
Thank you so much for taking the time to enjoy our show. Come back next week for the next part of our adventure, or join our Patreon for early access to the next episode, as well as our Patreon exclusive campaign of Rippers. If you like our content, consider supporting the channel alongside our first patron, Bubble Dirt. But of course, don't forget to check out our tutorials and video plays on YouTube at The RPG Blender. If you want to stay up to date on our releases, you can join our Discord. Check the description for a link. Don't have Discord? No worries, find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at RPG Blender, or subscribe on your podcast app of choice. Music is The Punk Rock Show by My Free Mickey. Copyright 2012, licensed under Creative Commons Attribution License. Thank you again, and remember, there's gaming outside the Forgotten Realms.